Okay, here is the Eduphoria version of how to grab EOC student scores. Hopefully your district has the information loaded in and it's accurate. If it is not, you can always ask somebody if they can make that happen. So you're going to go into Aware. All right, and then from over here, you're going to choose from the Analyze tab, you'll choose Reports. All right, and there's some other stuff in here, depending upon what your district has purchased. Here is the EOC Tracker. Okay, you're going to choose your district or your school, and you're going to submit the report. I would not click the button for include unenrolled students unless you were trying to find test scores on a previous student, and you hit Submit Report. And down here at the bottom, it's going to do its Eduphoria thing, which sometimes takes a while, so you can see that it's working down here at the bottom. I'm going to pause this for a minute and pull up the sheet that I got from it. Maybe not. I'll just pull it up. So here's my Eduphoria one. I've already removed the student's last name to protect privacy, but this is what the report looks like. Students' names, grade, when they took it, and then where'd we go? And you can just arrow through all of this stuff here. You don't need it all, masters and their scale score, and if it was a substitute assessment, which is nice to know. But you have all of those things available. So what I would do in this case is I would start deleting things that I'm not going to use. I don't really keep information about master, so I'm going to left click on that column and then right click and just delete it. Meets, we want to know, that's another one. If you want it, you can, but we really just want the score. So I'm going to delete those other ones too. I'm going to leave the part about the substitute assessment in there to see if I have any. U.S. history score code is good to know. The version is good to know. The date, you can keep the date if you want. I used to keep the date when they tested, but it's not as important to me anymore. I think I just got used to how I keep records, but if it's important to you, you can keep it. But it's same thing in here, like on Google Sheets. If you want to go ahead and see if there's any substitute assessments, you hit the corner guy over here, and you can go to data, up at the top, choose filter, and then I wonder if there was anybody who did an algebra substitute assessment. All of the options here are no, so I know nobody did. So I could get rid of the column, which I'm going to do because I know that nobody is there. Let's see if there's any for biology. Wrong one. Here, all that there is no, so I know I don't need that column. And plus, I don't think you can take a substitute assessment for biology. English 1 substitute assessment? Nope, there's a yes. So there are some kids that used a PSAT or an SAT score to substitute for their English score. So that'd be a column I would not want to delete. Now I want to grab it back. Where'd that column go? I want to get everybody back, so I'm going to hit the filter, select everybody, so they're there. Let's go ahead and look at the English 2, see if anybody did a substitute assessment. Nobody did for there, so I can get rid of that column. And U.S. history, I'm pretty sure there's nothing, but it's always good to double check. There isn't. I'm going to delete that. Okay, so you would just take this and pare down to whatever you want. You can grab all the columns, left click here and drag it over so they get highlighted and skinny them up if you want to. That way you can work with kind of the view a little bit better. And that to these columns too if you'd like, skinny them up. You can also hit the corner and go to home and choose format and auto fit the column width. That kind of takes it back to where it was. If you want to go back the other way, you can do that, but I don't like it that way. It's a little bit easier to work with when it's in this format here. This is one thing I do is I click on this row, make it a little bit bigger. If you want to be able to read what everything is, go here and you're gonna wrap the text so you can see what it is. Pull it down, and so this is basically the base you can start with to gather the data and add and remove things as you want. Like I said, I would leave most of it in there and maybe hide columns so that if you ever feel like you need to go back and get that information, you can. So how to hide a column, like if you want to, here's approaches and meets and masters. We don't really care about meets and masters because we know approaches is pass, and in testing that's mostly what we deal with. So you could left click here and drag it over to the M, let go, right click, and you can hide them and they won't be there anymore. But you see this little guy, you can always go back and get them if you need to. You can click on hide and you're gonna have to highlight, right click, and unhide what was there, and it comes back. So there it is. That's the big one. And then what I would do is you can see there's some holes here that need to be filled in. So it's a little bit strange that a 12th grader doesn't have an English 1 score. That's strange. So that's some investigation that you would have to do, getting into the state system and looking up their information, see if you can figure out what's going on. So there's the big one from Eduphoria.